Hi, friends, and welcome to another episode of Life with Martha. I'm your host, Martha. Duh. Oh, goodness gracious. It has been a minute, and I am out of routine for sure. Like, just out of routine. And if I'm being honest, like, it really wasn't by choice in the beginning. I actually got sick in the month of October. Like, immediately after I had recorded an episode, I was like, oh, okay, like, some ideas for, to talk, things to talk about, like, when I come back and, like, all this stuff. And I got my flu shot. And, like, I know that the flu shot impacts everyone in different ways, but this year, it made me sick. And obviously, the flu shot changes every single year with protecting you from the strain or the flu strain that is currently out, maybe. And then there obviously are other strains of the flu that the vaccine may not protect you from. So it was just like the way. So I'm like, on October 8th, I got my flu shot. And then literally the next day, I know this is going to be TMI, but like it then all of a sudden like made my monthly start like literally the next day, which it was then a week early. And so I was like, what the fuck? Like I just had my monthly 3 weeks ago. Like this is too soon, right? And so then I start researching, can the flu vaccine like cause your period to start early? And it's like yes, or it may like not come at all, like due to a reaction that you're having to the flu vaccine. So it's like, fuck, okay, that makes sense. And then I kid you not, the weekend happened and I felt so out of it. I felt so tired. All of a sudden, like I came home. Like this is how sick I was that I had to call out. Anyone that knows me knows that I am a stubborn ass bitch and I will not call out of work unless I'm dying. And I felt like I was dying the last time I called out. I probably had, I don't know, probably the same thing where I was having a diarrhea attack because of food poisoning or vomiting, like something like that. Like it has to be something where I literally cannot leave the bathroom or my bed or, whatever in order for me to call out. That's what it was. I have no idea what I had. And it, like, everyone's like, well, do you have COVID? I'm like, are we not over COVID yet? Like, it's just a cold, okay? Like, it's just really bad. Anyways, so I remember I came home on, so I got the vaccine and then at the weekend I started feeling like, man, I just don't feel good. I think I'm coming down with something. But then when I went, Monday came and again, I was feeling just like tired. I was like, man, I just feel really tired. I feel, like out of it. And then I remember going into the office on Tuesday and it got to the point where like I wasn't comprehending what people were saying to me, nor was I able to like give straight answers. Like I felt like trying to talk to people was challenging. And so I was like, okay, something really is not right. Like, I just feel so out of it. And like, I know it does take normally, realistically, it takes like a week for you to come down with something like officially. Like, I think they say like a cold isn't overnight, you guys. Like, I hope everyone knows that. Like, it's definitely in your system. Like, it's brewing, it's doing its thing. So, like, the fact that it was like a week later after getting the vaccine, my flu shot, I was just like, okay. But then again, I could have already had the virus in my system, and that's most likely what it was. Some virus, right? And then I just got sick. And I've never had a reaction to the flu vaccine ever, but this year was different. And so I was just like, well, do I continue to get it? I don't know. So we'll see how next year goes, I guess. But I was trying to be proactive and get it early. So then that way I wasn't catching the flu because every year that I've gotten it, I don't get the flu. And so I'm just like, please, 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 I don't want the flu. I don't want it. And again, I don't know what I had, but it was awful. So I'm driving home Tuesday. And I'm like, I call Alvaro and I straight up am like, let me just talk. I was so out of it to the point where I was like, not only zoning out, but like, I felt like I was about to fall asleep. So I just literally told him, let me talk. Just let me talk. And I told him when I got home, I was like, I just needed to talk because I felt like I was going to pass out driving home, which I probably shouldn't have driven home, but like I had to drive home, right? Like sometimes you just have to. And so I drove home and then I remember feeling nauseous out of nowhere. Like I felt like I was going to throw up. And I'm like, what the fuck? I haven't eaten today. Like, why do I feel like I'm going to throw up? And then I had dinner and I was just like, okay, I'm done. Like I can't eat anymore, right? Like I just feel like whatever is going into my body is just going to come out in like literally 30 seconds. So I'm sitting on the couch and I have a full on, like I have my long sleeve pajamas on, like warm, a fleece blanket. I had to turn on the heater. Mind you, in October, it is not that cold. It is not that cold to the point where you need a heater on. You just need a sweater and some sweatpants and you're good. Like you're set, right? No, I could not get warm like at all. I had like my thick like Sherpa blanket on me. I had my full like, again, like my pajama set that it's really warm. I had a heater like in front of me, like at 85. I could not get warm, you guys. My body started hurting. Like I told Alvaro, I was like, why does my body hurt? Like, and he's like, I don't know. Are you like, I think you're really sick. And so I was already, I was already like, I'm not going to work tomorrow. Like Alvaro was like, well, yeah, you're not going to work tomorrow. Like you're gonna, and I was like, well, maybe I can work from home. Maybe I can work from home. What? No, Martha, stay in bed. Stay in bed. So I'm literally like, I feel like I'm dying. Like I'm walking and I'm walking so slow because it hurts. And I'm just like, this isn't right. Like I'm just thinking to myself, like, this is not right. Like what is going on? Listen, you guys, I called out the next day and I literally was like waking up to send a text to my managers was difficult. Like I was just like, I can't even comprehend like what I'm writing other than that. Like I'm sick. I'm not going in. Like, and it's when I call out, it really is like everyone is like, oh my God, Martha called out, because I never call out. If anything, I call out once a year, if that. Okay. If that. And so when I call out, people know that I am out and I cannot do anything. Like people just know, right? And so immediately, like after I call out and everyone starts their day and they send out the email that I'm not going to be there, I start getting text messages from people like, I hope you're okay. And like, I hope like it's nothing, you know, like everyone just knows that like, ooh, Martha must be really sick. Oh my God. That whole Wednesday, I was awake for probably an hour and a half, 2 hours. I'm not even kidding, for the entire day. I slept. I could not stay awake, you guys. Like I literally could not stay awake. I was so fatigued and like my body was hurting. I was still nauseous. I had a headache. It was bad. And I was just like, I have no idea what I have. Like I just don't. And so, yeah, I literally made myself, cause obviously like I can't let the dogs like not go outside. So I had to wake up at 10:30. Oh man. Yeah. So after I set my message, I went back to bed and then I set my alarm for like 10:30, woke up, let the dogs out. And then I said, you know what? When I'm sick, I don't like not showering. Like I like to be clean and sick. You know what I mean? Like let's be clean and feel a little bit better. Cause sometimes a hot shower really does the trick, right? Like you could be all congested and nasty and just be like, oh, I feel miserable. And then you take a hot shower and you're like, wow, I feel like a brand new woman. You know what I mean? So it's like, I was like, maybe that will happen. I got ready, I did my skincare, and I was just like, I'm going back to bed. And then I woke up for dinner and then I went back to bed. Alvaro was sitting here on the couch with me after dinner and he's like, go lay down. I'm like, no, I've been asleep all day. And then I passed out on the couch, like just passed out. And then the next thing I know, he's somewhere else. And I go to the room and I go, why did you leave me on the couch? And he's like, Martha, you're sleeping. And I was just like, well, don't leave me out. Don't leave me out there. Like, maybe like wake me up and take me to the room. And he's just like, I literally tried waking you up and like you weren't waking up. And so I was like, fuck. And I barely was taking medicine. Like I maybe took some like daytime cold medicine, hoping that it would keep me awake. Listen, you guys, like I just did not want to sleep all day. Okay. But as we all know, rest is best. And like your body literally just needs to recover, and sleeping is the best way to do it. And also keeping hydrated. But if I'm sleeping, how am I supposed to be drinking water? I don't have like an IV connected to my arm to keep the fluids going, So like I was started getting dehydrated. And so I was like, this is just, I'm winning. Okay. So then I go and find Alvaro in the room. I'm like, why'd you leave me? And then I lay down, pass out. I pass out and I do not wake up until probably like by the time Alvaro actually comes to bed for the night. And then I'm like, he's like, you came into the room. Oh no. Yeah. And then whatever. So anyways, and then I went to work the next day because I worked from home and I was like, oh, I'm feeling a little bit better. I slept all day, but I probably should have taken another day off. But I was just like, no, I'm okay. Like, I'm okay. I slept all day. I'm good. I'm waking up today. It feels like my mind is, I was working so slow, you guys. I was just like, oh my God, anyways, I start to feel better the following week. I'm feeling good. And then like the next weekend, okay, so the weekend goes by. I have a full week of like, okay, I'm starting to feel myself. I feel like I've recovered. I really just needed that full day of rest and, whatever, taking it easy, hanging out. Then the following week, like I kid you not, the month of October, it was every other week I was sick and then recovering. I'm not even kidding. Like I wish I was exaggerating, but I'm not. And so I had a full week of like, okay, I'm feeling back to normal. Then the weekend happens. And then all of a sudden I'm like, wow, I feel congested. Why does my throat hurt? And then all of a sudden it's like coughing, congested, just like the stuff that I didn't have the first round hit me 2 weeks later. And so it's just like, what is going on? I think I started feeling better the week of Halloween. So again, it was every other week in October that I was sick and then on the mend. And then, and then I had the Great Pumpkin Run, which was a 5K that we did. So I was better for that. And then I got sick. So that was the 25th. So that's when I was actually feeling better. So that's when the second round of my sickness was just like still congested a little bit, but I wasn't like what I was before, which was great. And then we had the haunted corn maze that we went to, which this year, Jess and Anthony actually came with us. So it was the usual group, Shane, Jonathan, me, Alvaro, and we took my brother and he had a really fun time. And he was like, it wasn't that scary. I'm like, bro, when you first went in, you were scared. Okay. You were scared. And then you went with Jonathan and Alvaro, who are like 6'4" each and like hanging out with the tall boys, that no one's gonna bug you guys. No one is gonna try to scare you unless you're like me, who's 5'3.5". I know 5'3.5", but like they're coming after me. But this year they all went after Jess. Like I just listened to Jess behind me. She's like, okay, I get it. Stop. Okay, move on. Like, okay, I get it. Fuck off. Like, just like, it was so funny. Now I get it. But I did get Shane back because there was a clown that came up to us and he was like in my face. He was like in my face and I'm like, oh, hello. Like deep down, I'm like, please don't go, please don't scare me. And then Shane was in front of me. So I literally looked at the clown. I'm like, get him. And then I go, Shane. And then he turned around. The clown was right in his face. And I was like, that's payback, bitch. And then he started laughing really hard because the last time we went, he did the same shit to me, except it was like some creepy doll looking girl. And she was like right here. And Shane was like, Martha. And I looked and she was right there. But I got him back this year. Trust and believe I got him back. So it was a really great time. Shane, Jonathan, Jess, and Anthony finally met for the first time after being my friends for like 10 years. And so, which I can't believe, like Shane and I are going on like our friendship of 10 years, like soon. And so I'm like, this is just, again, like my friend circle is very small, but again, for me, it's quality versus quantity. I don't need a ton of friends. I just need to have great friends that are always going to be there for me and that for them. And also just be down to go to the haunted corn maze every year. So we got really lucky that it wasn't raining when we went in, but it started raining a little bit when we got out. But it was the muddiest haunted corn maze that we have ever been in. I swear Shane's shoes were about to fall off and poor Jonathan's shoes were just destroyed and the rest of us wore boots. And so, but even then, like I felt like my boots were going to fall off because there was a time when I had stepped in like some really sticky mud. And like, as I was walking, it's like one of those situations where you step in really sticky mud and like your shoe literally just stays and your foot slips right out. Like it was one of those. And, I just have some like slip on. I think they're Romeos. I don't know, but they kept my feet nice and warm, dry. It was great. It was such a great time. So then there's that. My October is over. Halloween happens. I wanted to dress up like Dominic Mysterio, but I didn't go anywhere this Halloween because I was still like, I didn't prepare a costume. Like, yeah, I had some stuff, but I was like, I don't really, I'm not going anywhere. So what, I'm going to wear this around the house and be like a dude in front of my husband? Like, I don't want to do that, So unless I was going to a Halloween party, like that would make sense. Or like if I was going to go trick or treating with my nephews, 100% I would dress up, but we didn't. So, it's fine. We did get to wear our lucha libre masks, our luchador mask, a luchadores mask. I don't know. We got to wear our masks that my sister-in-law got us from Mexico, and Alvaro's cousin got us from Mexico during our the big pumpkin run. So that was pretty cool. A lot of people were staring at us, which is fine because they were like, who are these mysterious people? Who are these Mysterios? You know what I mean? So I don't know. It was a lot of fun. And then November just came and went. Like I literally don't, what? Thanksgiving is tomorrow. Also, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. But, yeah, like where did the time go? Tonight I have the turkey trot, which is another 5K, which is at 8 p.m. And I don't know how I'm going to make it because yesterday I was in bed by 8:30. To everyone who knows me knows that I go to bed really early. I'm like the old lady in my friend groups, and that's fine. Like everyone's just like, gosh, you're such an old lady. And I'm like, oh, that's fine. I don't care. Call me an old lady. It really doesn't bother me because I like waking up before the sun rises, and I love going to bed when, it's still early. I don't care. Yes, I have dinner like between 5:30 and 6. Who cares? I'm being responsible. Also, I don't like going to bed like super full. Like that's one of like the things that I don't like. I don't know how I survived in my parents' house. Eating dinner like at 8 or 9 o'clock at night. I don't know how people do it. I do not know how people do that. Unless I'm like on vacation, I can see that. But even then, like we would eat dinner early. I act like I go on vacation all the time. I don't. I've only been to, I don't know. Just like, ugh. I miss Orlando. I want to go back to Universal. I want to go back so bad, but I got to wait. I got to be responsible. But also I'm going to WrestleMania in April. So that's going to be exciting. I'm so excited. My mom is already looking for fabric to make her Cody Rhodes jacket. She sends me like gold. I don't know what it would be called. It's not ribbon. It's not fringe. What is it called? I don't know. But like, she's like, I'm trying to figure out what gold, like trim. That's what it is. Like trim I want around the jacket. I'm like, I don't know, lady, live your best life. But I don't know. Make whichever one you want, because every single time there's a pay-per-view and Cody Rhodes is involved, he has a new jacket. And every single time she's like, I love that jacket even more. And I'm like, what jacket are you going to make? So she's already like, she's like, I can't wait. So I think at that point, because it's a 2-day event, y'all, like I got to figure out what I'm going to wear. I think I'm going to buy some like black yoga pants. And I have a Cricut machine, and so does my mom. And I think I'm going to cut out like skull birds, like how Dominic has. And then I'm going to do the fringe. Like I want to dress up as Dominic Mysterio for WrestleMania with hopes that he's going to be in WrestleMania. If not, then I just show up as Dominic. I got the beanie. I got the long hair. I could just put the beanie on and make me look like I have a mullet, I guess. Like I could do this. I have a fake mustache that, I got from the Canby Brew Fest that I took. It was for a photo, like you're supposed to do like a photo shoot with it, but also who's going to reuse it? Like if I put it on my face, I'm not putting it back for someone else to use. So I just took it. I'm just like, I don't know. This one is the closest one that looks like Dominic's mustache. So I'm going to take it, and it's on my bookshelf. So it's just hanging out there until I use it. But I'm like, first of all, no one's even over here. So I'm just going to take this because there's plenty. And again, who's going to reuse it once I put it on my face? So really, it's fine. There was a ton of them. I don't feel bad at all. I paid to be here. What else? So, what else has happened? I literally don't know. Like I truly just feel like the time has gone by. All the leaves are off the trees. It's wet and muddy outside. It's cold. I have the Tricky Trot tonight at 8 p.m., which is at the PIR track. Look it up if you don't know what it is. It's here in Portland. It's the Portland International Raceway. And it's like the introduction. It's like Happy Thanksgiving, but then also introduction to Christmas, because we get to walk underneath the Christmas lights, the 12 days of Christmas. So I'm actually really excited. I'm just really thankful that I met Nicholas. Let me just say that, okay? Like, I really miss my WWE friend at work. The work is not the same. Like, I just have no one to talk to anymore. And like, I remember when we would go on walks on our breaks, like, it was just so nice being able to talk to somebody about wrestling. And now I don't have that anymore, and work is just depressing because I just have to go throughout the day talking to nobody anymore. And so I'm just like, and listen, I never took my friendship with him for granted. I still don't. Like, we still text, and I'm just like, did you watch this? Which I haven't reached out to him today, which I need to, because yes, we'll try to meet up, but there's going to be a ton of people there. So worst case is like we meet up after. That's totally fine. But like, he really has motivated me and encouraged me to like sign up for 5Ks a lot more. And I really enjoy them. Every single one that I've done, and granted, this is going to be my third one I've done with him. And so I don't know. It's just when you meet people that change your life for the better, like you try, like, don't let those people go, you know, don't let those friendships go. Like, keep in contact with those individuals, especially if they're a positive light in your life. So I feel like Nicholas is that. Like, I feel like I reached out to him for a reason. The day he had his wrestling belt, like, I really put myself out there, and I literally said that I'm just putting myself out there, but did you have a championship belt? And then the fact that it just like opened this door to like a new friendship and talking about wrestling, but I don't have that anymore at work, and it makes me so sad. It makes me so sad, you guys, because the other person in my department that kind of watches wrestling, it's not enough to know what the storylines are, like what's going on, and like the excitement of people coming back, and the excitement of like other people winning, and the sadness of Dominic Mysterio losing his Intercontinental Championship. Like, why? I get it. I get that John Cena is leaving. Good for him. But did he really need to be a Grand Slam champion? I don't think so. I think he could have gone without the Intercontinental Championship, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm happy for him. Also, my brother was really excited because he loves John Cena. But yeah, like, nothing much has been going on. I feel like I've been crocheting a lot. And I will say the month of November has been, because it's not over yet, but like, oh my God. So I'm off this week. Okay. Like, I finally feel, I never take time off around the like Thanksgiving week. Thanksgiving is not my favorite. I do not like Thanksgiving, and it has to do a lot with my childhood, but I just don't like Thanksgiving at all. I don't understand the stress of having to host and cook this like grand dinner for people to just kind of like show up, eat, and leave. Like, I don't know. I guess that's the way it was with my family, that I'm just like, don't really like it. I'm happy to like cook stuff here, like with what I want to make, and invite like a small group over maybe, but like, I don't know. I think it's the stress of it all too, like having to spend time with Alvaro's family and then my family, and then it's just too stressful. It's just too stressful. Maybe that's why I don't like it, because it's like, one, being a child, having to wake up at like 4 a.m. to clean, for my dad's family to come over, destroy the house, not help clean, and then having to clean it up the next day wasn't fun as a kid. I mean, I would have to wake up at 4 a.m. when I was like 6 years old just to clean and all that shit. So I think that's why. And then also, like, when I started dating Alvaro and we started getting real serious and we started spending holidays with each other's families, the stress of just family members not like accepting that maybe we can alternate Thanksgivings, and you know, and then me being like, I want to spend time with my mom, and then his mom being like, why are you guys here? Just a lot. Okay, family is very, very difficult. We figured out a good system now for the most part, but like, it's just too much. So I just think Thanksgiving has never been really fun for me, and so I think that's why I really don't like it. But Alvaro had a big hunting trip where it was like a 4-day hunting weekend that for elk. And unfortunately, he missed 2 days of that because of his family members that he went with. And so, but anyways, it would have been just too much having to work and then the dogs and then all that stuff. So I asked for the time off because like one other person had it off. And so I was like, oh my gosh, maybe I can get this week off, because I also had 2 days that I needed to use or else I would lose them. And I do not like being paid out on PTO. I do not. But then that also shows that I need to take more time off for myself. So come on, Martha, what you doing, girl? Anyway, so I have this week off and everyone's like, are you doing anything fun or da, da, da? And I'm like, rest. And then they're like, oh, you, and I'm like, the reason why I have this time off is because my husband is going on a hunting thing. And like, people are not really for hunting, let's just say. So like, just even having to tell my people in my department, like, oh yeah, my husband's going hunting. And they're like, oh, yeah, did you have any more questions? Like, do you want to know what he's hunting and like what he has tags for? Like, he could get a black bear if he wanted to. He could get a cougar. He could get a elk, you know, whatever is in his path, he's going to take down. So it's like, do you want more questions? Do you have more questions? Yeah. Once I say, oh yeah, my husband's going hunting, they're like, oh, and then that's it. Yeah. I'm not doing anything fun for Thanksgiving. Like, what? No. It's fine. So while Alvaro's been gone, my brother has been staying with me, but he went home yesterday, and then Alvaro's back at work today to then have Thursday, Friday, and the weekend off. So we're going to just hang out with family. And then we're supposed to go see the new Wicked movie, but of course we can't get on the same page of like what day and time. My mom says Friday. My sisters can't agree. I don't know. I'm just like, let mom decide, please, because she loves Wicked. Okay, this is her moment. Okay, this is her Elphaba and Glinda, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, she loves Wicked. Actually, Wicked is, I think, one of the only musicals that Alvaro likes, other than K-pop Demon Hunters, which, I mean, we already listened to K-pop, so that was a given. So I don't really count that, but I did have to break the news that it was a musical, just an animated musical. He was like, no way. And I was like, yeah, it literally says action musical or something like that. But musical is in it as like what type of movie it is. And so I had him watch Wicked. I watched Wicked first by myself just to see what parts were going to make me cry. So then that way, when it came back around, when I watched it with him, I could be like, I'm going to go away, or I'm going to start like looking away from what's happening and listen. That part. This part, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. That part, ugly crying, okay? Just bawling my eyes out, just like the ugly crying. I was like, I'm so glad Alvaro's not here. Just crying. Oh, God. But I'm excited for the second one. I want to know what happens to the professor with the goat. Like, I want to know what happens to him. Like, obviously, they give you like little teasers of like he's in a cage, and I'm just like, let these animals go. Let them go. Let them talk. Just let them be free. And then my brother's all like, yeah, you know who like the characters are, like the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, and the Lion. And then we started like, you know, talking about like, oh, this is who's who. This is who's who. He's like, yeah, you know, the lion cub that they let go. And I was like, you think that's going to be the lion? He's like, yeah, it's going to be the lion. And then the Scarecrow is the guy from Munchkin Land. I don't know. The guy who's like obsessed with Glinda. The one, I don't know names, you guys. I've only seen it twice, okay? We are twice. So I've only seen it twice, but I will want to watch it again. I mean, I just watched them like last month, so I'm pretty sure that I know what's going on to watch part 2, you know? Yeah, because if you can't find her, look to the western sky, you know? And then, yeah. But my mom literally was like, I'm going to be bawling the entire time. I'm like, I bet. We all are crybabies, okay? We all are crybabies, especially me. Like when happy, sad, just anything that happens in a movie, I cry. It could be like a dog finding his toy or something. Like when you see the commercials, like, okay, have you guys seen the Disney commercials with the little duckling and like he gets a gun of Disney and he sees Donald Duck? Oh my God, I cry so hard when I see that little duck. I'm just like, oh, he has dreams. Oh, it's so sad. And it's like a little short little video and it's so cute. Just thinking about it, my eyes are tearing up. If you haven't seen it, look it up because that one gets me every single time. It's shit like that. I'm like, the little duck got to meet Donald Duck. Like, it's so stupid, but it's just at the same time, it's so cute because dreams do come true. This is ridiculous. Anyways, I've missed you guys so much. I've missed creating just my podcast episodes. I've just missed all of it. But like when you are just sick and you just don't know when it's going to be done, like you just don't want to try, you know what I mean? Like how fun would it be to listen to congested Martha like trying to like hold in a cough, you know, just sick. Like no one wants to listen to that. Like my voice is still scratchy, just a tad bit, but it's also has to do with the weather and seasonal changes that we're having right now, which it is so cold for it not being officially winter yet, which I think is December 22nd, like officially winter. It is cold. And I remember telling my grandpa, like my grandpa and I talked literally, I kid you not, for like 4 hours one day. And I was telling him, I was like, yeah, I've been sick and like all this stuff. He goes, you know what? I had that exact same thing. And we were talking and he was like, so how was Alvaro's like first round of hunting, like with deer and all that stuff? And I'm like, oh, you know, he didn't get anything. And I don't know. Listen, my grandpa starts going into like, he wants the details. Okay. And I'm like, I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't, you know. And I'm like, I do know that at one point he like walked into the woods and there was just a shit ton of spiders. He's like, well, what kind of spiders? Like, and I'm like, I don't know. Big spiders. Like to me, if it's this big, it's too big. Okay. Like this big, too big. Except for my cellar spiders, which I love my cellar spiders. And today I think I did it. Like, I'm like, let's do a head count. You know, like I did see them this morning. So that's nice. I do have one in my bedroom, which I'm excited about because that's where I get like the nasty black spiders. But now I've gotten to the point, like whenever I see a spider that isn't a cellar spider, I'm like, look, food for my cellar spiders because they take care of things around here. Okay. They protect the home from like the big, bad, ugly spiders. And so I'm thankful for them. Thank you, cellar spiders. Thank you. Please don't kill them, you guys. They get rid of pests. Yes, they leave their webs everywhere. And yes, you won't discover them until it gets dusty in your home. But guess what? It's worth it. Just get rid of the cobwebs. It's fine. Once they're done with their little home, get rid of it. They'll build a new one. But like, don't get rid of them. I lost my train of thought because then I started talking about cellar spiders. And like, I'm turning into my mom. More and more, I'm turning into my mom with the spiders. Okay, wait, I was talking about Wicked. Let's do a recap. We're talking about Wicked. This is what I do. When I've lost my train of thought, Alvaro will start like talking. He'll start saying, okay, you were saying this, and then you brought up that, and then this, and then I go, oh, I know what it was. I don't know what I was talking about, to be honest. So I was thinking maybe I was talking about podcasting and not feeling well and just getting back into it. So I don't know, but here I am. So I know you guys have missed me. Just like, oh, there goes Martha again, rambling and then forgetting this is why I cannot have a script. Like the script life is not for me. Okay. What's that song? The Pirates. Oh, I think, isn't it The Pirate's Life's for me? And then I don't know. But yeah, I legit forgot what I was talking about. Let me just tell you guys real quick. I've been crocheting a lot and, during the month of like when it was really crappy at work, I started actually getting really bad pain, like in this part of my arm, like carpal tunnel, like pain, super bad. And like people don't realize that typing really does ruin like your hands. Like it just hurts because you're just in constant motion of doing this. And when you are frantically typing because everyone and anyone is like reach out to Martha, reach out to Martha, reach out to Martha for this, this, and this, and that. Then you're just like trying to get back to everybody, and then it just starts hurting. And my hand has been in so much pain, but also I've been crocheting. But crocheting hasn't been causing me the pain. It literally has been typing. Because before all of that madness happened with typing, I was crocheting nonstop. And I made, actually, let me grab one real quick so I made these like little bags, and they are, because I'm thinking like doing instead of like gift paper wrap, I was like, maybe I should do like a gift bag like this, but they have like little strings tied to them. So it's a drawstring bag. Here, let me just give you guys a little example. So literally you pull the strings, obviously, and it just closes. How cute. The strings aren't going to be this long. I left them really long because I'm going to put beads on the end, so they're going to look really cute. But yeah, some friends may be getting some of these with Christmas presents in them, and then they could just reuse them for whatever. But they're cute. So I've made 3, and I'm about to start my 4th one. They are really quick to make, but because my hand has been hurting and my wrist from typing so much, it's caused a delay. So I'm getting back to it though, because this week without typing it's been a lifesaver. Let me just say that. Because living in pain with carpal tunnel, dude, it's serious. I don't want to get to the point where I have to have surgery, but if I don't figure out my typing and just saying, you know what, you're going to get a really slow response, then that may be in my future, but I'm hoping not. I'm trying to get ahead of it. I bought like gloves. I have a carpal tunnel glove, like legit, like one of the ones that make it look like my wrist is broken. And then I have like a wrist support one that I use when I'm crocheting, so that way my wrist doesn't roll so much. And then I have compression gloves with copper in them. Like, you guys, I'm trying to do everything and anything before it gets worse, okay? But dude, it was like creeping up to my elbow. Like, it was pretty bad. I've also I've also been reading a fantasy series. It is the Shadow and Bone trilogy. So I'm currently on the 3rd book. I just started it, literally just started it. So chapter 1. And I didn't realize that this was a Netflix series, but when I was looking for other books to read, I came across this series, which, I mean, the author has a bunch of other books tied to this, like in the multiverse, if you will. So I plan on reading all, let's see how many, 7 of these books. Next is 6 of Crows, which I bought already, not realizing that these came first. Like this trilogy versus zoology came first. Anyways, I've been enjoying it. Great, I don't know. Grisha. I don't know how to say it. You know, you just figure things out as you go. I think it's Grisha. It sounds like geisha. That's all I'm going to say. It's Grisha. Grisha. I don't know. Whatever I'm feeling that day when I'm reading, that's how I say it, okay? But other than that, it's actually pretty good. Book 2 is a little slow up until the end, and things get crazy. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen in the 3rd one? So now I'm on my 3rd one. Jess was reading this with me. I don't know where she's at. I've given up on asking, if I'm being honest, because I don't like being disappointed. So I just have given up. Also, Jess, if you're listening, no hard feelings, okay? Love you. It's just, I'm not waiting. And she knows this. I was up front. I was like, I can't wait for you. If you're not reading it, I can't, I'm moving on. Because my time is also valuable, okay? And I'm not going to sit here and wait. Facts. Sorry, just anyways. Yeah, that's really all I've been doing. I really don't know what I was going off. I was going off on a tangent. I know that. But yeah. Maybe next time I'll have notes. So then that way it's not so chaotic and all over the place. But I don't think it's really chaotic. I just feel like I started talking about something and then changed it. What's new? Okay, what's new? But other than that, I really hope everyone else is doing really well. I just really needed this week to just hang out. Wait a minute. I do have some big news. Okay. To me, it's big news. Okay. My oven broke in the summer. Okay. I have not been able to bake anything. Granted, I'm not going to bake anything in the summer because it's just too fucking hot. But listen, when we went to the haunted corn maze, both Jess and Shane were giving me a hard time about the fact that I haven't put in a work order to get a new oven, because it's obviously the leasing manager's or like my landlord's responsibility to replace these things, right? Okay, got it. I was and already was planning on putting in a ticket to get a new oven, okay? It's just like, I was sick, okay? I didn't want to deal with any of that shit while I was sick. Also, like, just too much, okay? Too much stuff going on. So finally I put in a ticket. They put in an order, got a new oven. Listen, while my brother was here, I've been baking. I made banana bread. I made chocolate chip cookies. I made cornbread. Like, I've just been baking everything. I made baked chicken. I'm just loving my oven so much, and my new stove. Like, everything just cooks quicker. It cooks evenly. Like, it is just the best thing ever. Like, I don't know what... I guess I just had to wait till my oven was broken to ask for a new one, because my old one, although it was from like the 70s or 80s, I don't even know, too fucking old is what I can say, and probably a safety hazard in my home. It just took it breaking for me to be like, hey, can I get a new one? So they were like, yes, let's go ahead and get you a new one. And then, yeah, they just replaced it, no problem. And yeah, so my brother and I, we baked, and it was a lot of fun. And like, now I'm like, what can I make next? So that's also like what I've been doing, as well as like thinking of recipes and things that I want to make. And yeah, but anyways, I hope everyone has been doing really well. I really have to pee. I'm going to be just full honesty right here, right now. I'm like trying not to pee my pants right now. And yes, Jess, I guess like Kegling will help, but I don't have time to do that right now. And to get that lecture while we were at the pumpkin haunted corn maze, because she was like, you absolutely cannot use the porta potty. I'm like, listen, we could do Kegels later, okay? Like, we could do that shit later. But right now, I'm not about to pee my pants in the corn maze from being scared. I'm going to go use the porta potty. Desperate times, okay? Like, I needed to go pee so badly. But anyways, okay, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to go pee. And I just hope everyone has a wonderful Thanksgiving. And I'm back, okay? I plan on recording a lot more now that I'm feeling better and a little bit more myself. And it's just been nice having time off work. Let me just say that. It's been nice being able to bake things in my oven. Like, things are going up, okay? Things are looking up, okay? All right, bye guys.